What's up, guys? It's Benji, that is the YGO, your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh! Superhero. And today, guys... Wait a minute. This is not my channel. Oh, sh... Just kidding, guys. I am on Bystander X79's channel. If you guys don't know, we are both members of Team FTK, and he asked me to give you guys my YCS Fort Worth deck profile. And he initially, I think we were just gonna do it if I made it day 2, but because I had a pretty solid, like, you know, I don't know, win rate. I guess he was still interested in the deck, so we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show it to you. So, watch my magic. Alright guys, before we get to the deck profile, I want to make 2 quick shout outs. If it wasn't for my buddies Derek and Edgar, I would not have had this deck to play at YCS Fort Worth at all to begin with. So if you don't know who I'm talking about, make sure you come over to my channel and check out my journey to YCS Fort Worth video. It's a vlog, but you'll see the 2 gents who gave me pretty much a lot of the key cards for this deck are in there. So they didn't give them to me. They let me borrow some of those cards, but you get the point. They let me borrow some of the cards that are going to be vitally important to make this deck work. And I just wanted to go ahead and give them their due shout out, because if it, like I said, if it wasn't for them, this deck would not have even existed. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. What we are playing is a Dino Shaddoll Kaiju deck, and I'll get into the reasoning for that deck when we finish the profile. So first things first, we got 2 Tyrannos. You need them. Quasilisk. Well, yeah, but Pancratops, Giant Rex, and triple Oviraptor, the Stratos, double Miscellaneousaurus. You do not need 3 in this deck. 2 is perfectly fine. Jirachiolo. This was sometimes more trouble than it was worth, admittedly. Now we're gonna go, that's the dinosaurs. Now for the kaijus, we start off with 1 Thunder King, Dogoron, which also is a dinosaur, but more part of the kaiju package than the dinosaur, 1 Radian, and 1 Kumungus. We don't have a Gamma Seal, so that's why Kumungus. And I'll explain why these specific kaijus in a little bit. Now for the Shaddoll part of it, Shaddoll Beast, Shaddoll Dragon, Shaddoll Squamata, and 1 Armageddon Knight. Now for the hand traps, triple Ash Blossom, because to be frank, you kind of need something like that. Triple Veiler. Now for the spells, Fossil Dig, Shaddoll Fusion, Foolish Burial, double Evolution Pill, which thanks to Derek and Edgar I even had these, 1 Pot of Desires, triple Super Polymerization, and 2 Cosmic Cyclones. Now we're going to go for the extra deck, which is going to be a little kooky. These are my Power Ranger tokens. Bear with me, not everything's going to be in, like, you know, order of like highest to lowest for the extra deck, just because it's still kind of wonky from the event. So just giving you guys a little warning in case you're like easily bothered by that. I'm just giving you a heads up. Alright, so for our fusions we have Starving Venom for Orcas, basically. El Shaddoll Winda, El Shaddoll Grista, an El Shaddoll Construct. Those are, you know, and Mud Dragon. These are basically all Super Poly targets, all of them. You'll also will use Shaddoll Fusion probably for these guys, although Window was the one that saw the most play. And then my one card, which you'll have to see the side to understand, Chimeratech Fortress Dragon. My one Synchro, High Speed Roid Chambara, Glagia, Dulka for the dinosaurs, Abyss Dweller, Tornado Dragon. Now we're going into the links. One Borreload, one Decode Talker, one Underclock Taker, and one Nightmare Phoenix. Now I'm going to go over to the side. Triple Artifact Lancia. One more Pancratops. One more Shaddoll Dragon. And triple Cyber Dragon. And a Gaga Cowboy for time. Spells. Cosmic Cyclone. Double Hey Trunade. And triple Red Reboot. Alright, now to explain the point of why it's built this way. If you guys don't know, my record was 6 out of 9. In most of my games I won throughout the day. I only fought, I want to say, I didn't fight as many Orcus players as I thought I would see. I only played 2 throughout the day. So that's why you see cards like the Cyber Dragons in here, because I wanted something else to side in other than just Lancia against Orcus. So my idea was against any Orcus variant decks, I figured I would just summon Cyber Dragon and suck away all the robots and proceed to use plays. Our Kaijus, 3 out of the 4 are, if I could play any other Kaiju, I probably would have played 2 of Radiant here, but I only have 1. But, you know, or Gamma Seal because it's the weakest. But basically, the idea was, okay, not every deck is going to have a Super Poly target. So my idea was, I'll use these guys to give them a Super Poly target. So I could basically fuse with a Shaddoll or, you know, make Mud Dragon or something. You know what I mean? If worst case scenario had happened. We play Squamata because it's an extra deck thin. So that's for the main. We're talking main deck here for that. I'm just gonna, there we go. And of course the Dino engine, because you know ultimate, like basically the deck is like 1/4 Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, Armageddon Knight, Fossil Dig, and Miscellaneous, or not Miscellaneous Source, Oviraptor. They basically all lead to Overtex going to the grave and getting us double evolution pill. So basically, we're playing like 1/4 of the deck is literally Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. That's the really cool part. Pancratops is just in here as a emergency pill target / getting rid of back row. Miscellaneous was just in here just to help Oviraptor when it was necessary. Dracaolo, I saw this way too many times in the tournament for my liking. It kind of made me mad when I would draw it. In one game, I even made the mistake of thinking it was an Ash Blossom, so I told my opponent to wait a second, and then I realized, oh, I had the wrong Fire Monster, because I was like holding the cards like this, so all I saw was like fire. I was like, oh yeah, that's probably my, oh, that's not Ash Blossom. I felt really dumb. That's okay though. For the hand traps, I mean, I don't have impermanence, so Valor. If I actually had the money, I probably would have put impermanence over Valor, because too many times this card did not come in as powerful or as useful as I needed it to be. The plus side of it was it is a construct light target for a construct, but the truth is I never summoned anything. I only summoned construct once throughout the entire tournament. And I only summoned Grista, I think, twice, and then every other time was Winda throughout the entire tournament. And then for our spells, Cosmic Cyclone, again, this is for the Orcus matchup more than anything, but it saved my butt in the Mystic Mind matchup I had in round 2. I had Cosmic Cyclone and Hatrunade, and I just kind of like took away all his back row and just proceeded to take the game. Oh, there you go. And then Super Poly, this card is like the MVP basically of this deck. This card basically was like, oh, you're playing fun. Like my round one opponent was a Thunder Dragon player who played in Guadalajara, and he was like, I think like in the top 8 or something like that. He mentioned it to me. I'm not sure if that's true or not. I'm gonna take him at his word. But basically, he was playing Thunder Dragons, and Super Poly kind of got me there. Pot of Desires. If there was a generic, I swear there needs to be a generic draw card for dinosaurs, but that's just my opinion. I don't know what I would replace this with. I mean, I know Pot of Riches, but I need my extra deck, so Double Evolution Pill never failed me once. Foolish was awesome. This card was great Ash Blossom bait. Just saying, if you see this and you Ash Blossom this, I'm laughing at you secretly. Just okay. And then Fossil Dig, you know, like I said, it's just, there you go. And then, of course, like I said, the sideboard here was like, it's all just basically back row hate for the most part. Which the only, and I sided in, actually, truth be told, Lancia, because of the Orcus decks I did play, were like one Orcus deck. I didn't even know the guy was playing Orcus, so I didn't even side, and I just 2-0'd him, which was funny because he was playing I think he was playing a Warrior Orcus deck, and all I saw was the Warriors, so I didn't even bother, and then I still 2-0'd him in the next game, and it was pretty funny. So I had Lancias, and I didn't even side at all. Cyber Dragons saw a little bit of play. I had them in when I was up against a Sky Striker player, because I was like, well, maybe I can contact Fuse and put Chimera Tech out there, and, you know, just to get rid of the you know, that way they wouldn't be able to get Ray back out, but it never came up. So I don't know if that would have worked or not. Shaddoll Dragon, just extra back row hate. Bankratops, back row hate. Altergeist for the Altergeist matchup, which I did play one Altergeist player, but by the time I actually saw my red reboot, it was too late. Hey Trunade, this was actually, I saw this against the Altergeist player. This did help, but it didn't help enough to get me there. If I go back, I probably wouldn't have sided it at all. This I probably would have sided in for sure, because this card actually, just its ability to just kind of banish those key back row cards. Because there are cards in this game that can't be destroyed, or when they get destroyed, they get searches, like in the case of Altergeist. So Cosmic Cyclone really got me there a few times, just against a whole bunch of decks. Like I really underestimated the value of this card when Edgar let me borrow his common playset. Gaga Cowboy, like I said, just for in time. Now to explain the extra deck real quick. I mean, the truth be told, the things that saw the most play, I'm gonna go ahead and show you, was Nightmare Phoenix, obviously because back row hate, Tornado Dragon, Dulka, Chumbara, ironically enough, and Winda and Starving. Legitimately, you need the extra deck because we are playing Super Poly. But legitimately, these 6 cards are the only ones that actually saw any kind of, like, these are the cards that I summoned the most throughout the tournament and saw the most play. Just hurting the back row really stopped a lot of players. And then Dulka is a double negator. A lot of players forget that this card isn't once per turn, so it's a double negation. It's basically a 2-for-1. Chumbara, literally, I stole games with Chumbara. Like, one of the Mystic Mind player, the reason I was able to take him in game 3 was because he negated the summon of an Oviraptor, but he gave me the DDD guide, and so I pitched Miscellaneous, and he didn't have anything else. He thought, you know, because I need my normal summon, but I had Miscellaneous in hand, so I pitched it. And then I summoned a Ayalo, and then I stole the game by just attacking directly because he paid off half his life points. Winda is broken. Like, I really wish there was an easier way to get this card out in my Dino Shaddoll deck, because if I could have just got this card out, like, you know, going first or something, this would have slowed down, like, I'm pretty sure about, like, if I was to think about all my matchups, I mean, this would have stopped 8 out of like all 9 rounds that I played. this card would have just stopped them in their dead in their tracks. And I would have just been able. I'd be sitting here as a YCS winner if I could just find a way to get this thing out quickly, without the need of just Shaddoll fusing and opening a Shaddoll. But yeah, and then this card, yeah, I mean, this is Thunder Dragon's worst nightmare. Like literally, I against the Thunder Dragon player, I super polyed in game 1. I super polyed his 2 Thunder Dragon Colossuses, made this, and then I chain blocked the Titan and just swung for game. It was just, that's basically all I had to do. Alright guys, well that is my crazy dinosaur Shaddoll Kaiju deck. If you enjoyed this, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Everyone also in the comments below, tell Bystander thank you for letting me post on his channel. You guys should come check me out. I'm Ben 10,000 of YGO, and I am your friendly neighborhood Yu-Gi-Oh superhero. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.